Trying to get to the ACC tournament. Virginia Tech trying to get to the NCAA tournament.
Taking care of business against the teams they needed to without the game against Florida State. That's the one they needed, so they cannot afford another.
There's a three for Avdalas. Mike Young runs such great offense. Jalen Bedford playing off 2 feet, no. Lawal with those pogo sticks for legs. Aiden Shaw's had some big moments here over the last couple of weeks. He played very well at Florida State, and then of course he had the winning tip-in against Wake. Hammond around the corner. Post entry, Hansberry got the positioning.
Very solid defensively. That has been their identity for most of the season, but when they have good balance to their offense and go inside like that to Kapke, they can be dangerous.
It's one of his 3 biggest scoring games of the season. Avdalas bounced for Hansberry underneath. It's going to be a real bellwether for Boston College how Fred Payne can shoot the 3. Avdalas sinks another.
He gives him the green light. He's obviously a great passer, but he can make shots from deep range.
Jaden Hastings had it blocked by Hansberry. Donald Hand skipped it for Payne. Shot clock below 10. Payne on the drive to the bucket. Shoot, loves coming off screens. Lawal turned it over. Fred Payne jams it.
Well, the one thing you're worried about, they played Miami and stayed in Miami, and sometimes...
So they played a 2 p.m. Eastern game on Saturday at Miami, and with spring break back on campus in Chestnut Hill, they just stayed down in Florida. Third 3 for Avdalas.
Wide open like he's in the gym by himself. He's going to do that. Just drain.
He had 3 against North Carolina, and he's already 3 for 4 from deep here today. Another double on Kapke. Taves rises and hits. Hokies by 6 in the first 9 minutes. Avdalas step back again. Yes!
After 3, and Boston College made some adjustments. They got up in a...
Christian Gerdak, 6'10", freshman from West Virginia, set the screen. Shoot couldn't knock it down, but an offensive rebound, Tyler Johnson. Post entry, Gerdak finishes. Payne with a shot clock at 6. Taves triggers, wide right, way off the mark. The Hokies run, Hansberry, Johnson, yes sir! For the Cougars off that trip to the national championship game last year. So Avdalas did stay in the game. Hansberry hoists and hits. On the repost, Avdalas, the hand, banging, drop step, soft touch. Yeah, 14 for Neo. Fred Payne's runner falls off, but Kapke cleans it up.
Well, that's good for Payne.
Second bucket for Fred Payne, or rather first for Boden. Kapke cleaned up by Hansberry, and a held ball. We'll give it back to Boston College since coming back from missing those 3 games with a right knee injury. Kapke on the drive on Hansberry, scores it. Avdalas behind the back, got blocked at the rim by Shaw. Payne made the cut. Forte rescues it. Kapke hits a 3. Hammond rises and knocks one down. A 7th 3 for the Hokies. Kapke wanted it, didn't get it from Hastings, now does from Payne. Working on Hansberry, spinning away from 2, couldn't tuck it home. Kapke off the shot fake. On the post up on Hansberry, goes banging, gets the roll.
Well, that's what we talked about earlier, going at over dribbled. Should have pitched it back out to the perimeter.
Forte head of steam, right down the lane for 2. Right now, outside looking in of the 15 teams who get there. Fred Payne in the lane. He's got 6 to go along with 5 rebounds. Who is going to deliver that on that side of the floor. 10-point margin here. Kapke, yes sir!
Well, a little pick and pop and a throwback to good things have happened tonight for Boston College.
Payne nearly a takeaway. Lawal finishes. Hammond at the controls. Bedford spots up. Yes, sir. Forte. Dropped it off for Hastings in among the trees.
There's another guy that...
Forte. Hezzy on Hammond. Cleaned up by Payne.
That's where they can really do a good job on the glass, because Virginia Tech has to rotate over in help position.
It started with Forte there. Hammond knocks it down.
Avdalas, and then all of a sudden Hammond burns you from the outside.
And you talked earlier about their balance. Kapke to the cup. Gerdak calling for it. Gets it on Hastings. Carving out space. 2 and a foul for the freshman Christian Gerdak. So 13-point lead for Virginia Tech, and Chase Forte cuts into it. 2 on Kapke. Extra pass. Payne the baseline drive and the reverse.
Now that's the way you play offense early in the first half, so let's see if that pays off.
Lawal lost it. Got it back and flushed it on Shaw.
Always gets you, Mike.
It's incredible. They've only played 5 possessions of zone all year, but a lot of teams throw zone at BC. Payne follows it up. He hasn't scored in the second half. Shot clock winding down on Hansberry, who dropped it off for Lawal, got stripped, and Hansberry scores it. Mismatch here, Hansberry going up on Taves. Kick out for Bedford. Yes, sir!
It all started because of the ball screen and BC switch. Find the mismatches that he wants.
We got Shaw on Avdalas, who can't hit. Lawal, 2 and a foul.
Out on the glass, and Lawal right now is just dominating on the interior. And
post entry for Amani Hansberry. Well defended. Lawal, another rebound and put back. Lawal's up to 14 and 6. Kapke, gotta have it. And he knocks it down. Says a skeptical Tim Welsh. 7 minutes to play at Castle Coliseum. Kapke, 2 more.
He spent most of his night on the perimeter, but he has that back to the basket game as well.
Post feed, Lawal rising up over Hastings. Hammond left alone, and he hits. Hammond the pick. Lawal couldn't haul in the behind the back pass. BC with numbers. Payne attacks and lays it in. BC pushes. Payne again. Got bumped, no foul called. Kapke the loose ball. And the putback. Hastings spinning on Lawal with the finish. Working on Hansberry. Kapke swiveling, following, and scoring. Payne off the bounce. Blocked by Avdalas. And Kapke, a 3, no. Payne on the second effort got it to go with 14.6.
Their opportunity, and tonight they just took care of business, which is all they needed to do.
They finish out a win here, 72-63, and win on their home court and take down Boston College.